Hey there, mystical souls. How are you on this Tuesday? We have a Sun Jupiter Cazimi and a lot of other things going on with it. I am so appreciative of you being here with me tonight. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional Western and evolutionary astrology. I try to blend it all together to help you to connect deeply with your soul's path. I'm so grateful for everybody showing up tonight, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and for sharing this space with me. I'm really excited about tonight's live session. If you would like to get in the queue, there's a link down below. I need your exact date, time, and location of birth. A quick note, if you are looking to dive deeper, you can check out my website and sign up for a private consultation there. And you can also join my Patreon, where I offer 2 lives a month. I offer daily updates about things that are going on and other specials. And let's dive in to see what's going on. Oh, let me see who's in the chat. So sorry, guys. Hey, Kristen, how are you? I'm so glad that you are looking forward to this because, so you are number 4 in the queue. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for being here. Hey, Olivia, how are you? I'm so excited that you're here. You are number 1. So excited. I would love to know where everybody's at. I am currently in the great state of Ohio, where we have this heat dome over top of us and we are sweating bullets over here. And hey, Michelle, how are you? Shiny gems, we need to catch up. I am so glad that you made it and that you're here. So I would love to know where you're at. And if you can share about your sun, your moon, your rising, I would love to hear it all. Hey, Kristen from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So let me talk just a little bit about what's going to be going on. We have a Sun Jupiter Cazimi, so it's magnifying everything. A Cazimi is when the sun is, when a planet is in the heart of the sun and it magnifies its energy. And this is coming the day before we're going to be having a new moon tomorrow. So if you have these new moon intentions, definitely put them out there. Hey, Angela Martin. Everybody give a big hello. Olivia in South Carolina and Michelle from Lansing, Michigan. All of some of my favorite places. So a little bit about the astrology of today. We also have 2 squares going on. So let me bring up a chart and kind of show you a little bit about what I'm talking about. Good Lord. Hold on. There we go. All right, so this is the Sun Jupiter Cazimi. Remember, Cazimi is when a planet it's in the heart of, and literally the sun represents us. It's what we want to manifest, what we want to grow. It represents, and it's in the sign of Cancer for this month. And so once a month we get a Cazimi with the sun in that sign. And so Jupiter is here with offering all kinds of abundance. It can also be too much of a good thing, but I'm looking at this as a positive because just tomorrow we're going to have a new moon here. And we're having with this a square with Mercury to Chiron. Chiron's in the sign of Aries. So think about Chiron as your wound. In the sign of Aries is the identity wound. So all of us are experiencing some kind of wound that we feel to our identity, and it's with Mercury. A square is a 90-degree angle in that it creates tension in order for us to push forth and change, to grow. And so Mercury is the way we communicate. So either how we feel about it, or the spoken word, as in I'm feeling uncomfortable. What do I say? What do I not say? What will it cost me to say what is on my mind? You know how sometimes we keep quiet in order to keep the peace? This is a square that says, yeah, not going to happen this time. Do it in a way that can offer healing. And it's about freedom and liberation. Now, the Sun and Jupiter are here, and they are in a square with Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn is restriction, limitations, and doing things over a longer period of time. It's karma. It's the father of like lasting a longer time, building the mountain. And Neptune likes to dissolve boundaries, and it's about peace and love, and it's spiritual. And so this new moon, or this Sun Jupiter Kazemi, is wanting to create something, having to speak my truth, uncomfortable about how do I make this happen. And I'm going to have to get rid of I'm going to have to keep boundaries, but blur the edges of, for my own healing. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense for everybody. And all right, so let me check the cue here. Hey, Uncover Your True Path. How are you? Guidance and music cards. How are you? All right, let me start with the first person who's in the queue. And also, I am rolling out something new that I started today with my month ahead. The first video that I put out that came out today, it covers every single transit for the month. So I do say in there, hey, get your calendar and write these dates down. So, and then tomorrow I will come out with the video for all 12 signs. So I'm breaking it up so it's not like a 4-hour long video, hoping that is a little bit easier to digest. All right. Hey, Darla, how are you? Okay, so let me pull up. The first one is going to be Olivia. All right, Olivia, let's take a little look here. Okay, so there we go. Olivia, knowing that you are a Virgo rising, you know what? Give me one hot second. I'm going to check something because I'm not 100% sure. Hold on. Yep, okay. It looks good. I just wanted to double check and triple check. I have had, this Neptune is really making me doubt a lot of things, and I'm having to stop, slow down, redo multiple times. And it's okay. I'm a Virgo rising, so I get over it. Well, okay, just like you, Olivia. Okay, so Olivia, let's talk for just a second. You are having this Sun Jupiter Kazemi, and it is sitting on top of your own Saturn. Now Mars is here, but not close enough that it's making an impact. Now what's happening is you are having Saturn square Saturn. Saturn is the planet that has like the rings around it, and I always say it's the fence around the yard. It's about limitations. It is building something quality over a longer period of time. You have Saturn in Cancer, which revolves around topics of happiness and joy and home and family and security and your resources, your personal resources. This Sun Jupiter Kazemi sitting on top of it is saying we need to be able to expand this and let's magnify it. And Saturn here, Saturn is squaring its own Saturn. Like you are having, and this is going to happen one more time after this. It'll happen again in February. So it's already happened once. This is the second go round because Saturn is going to be stationed retrograde here soon. And then one more time will be happening in March. So pay it, actually February 14th, sorry. So pay attention to what is happening now. A Saturn square Saturn is, I am trying to manifest, grow, produce something. And this is sitting on top of your Venus. Money, cash, property, resources that are you invested with other people, places, and things. The 8th house is the house of debt, income that is combined or invested. It's taxes, it's inheritance, it's retirement. The 8th house revolves around topics of sexuality and retirement. It's where you are invested physically, emotionally, or financially with other people. Now, Saturn and Neptune are here. Neptune kind of blurs things like money going out, investments going to the wayside, but Neptune also brings about healing. Let's dive into where did this come from? Why do I feel like this emotionally, spiritually? Where did it come from? Now, what's also activating this is Mercury. I'm hoping I'm not muddying it up too much by all of the circles. Mercury is in a square with Chiron. Chiron is the identity wound. I, Olivia, am feeling wounded by where I am invested or where I share my time, space, or energy with other people. Do they appreciate me? Do I give too much? I know your value, know your worth. Now, Saturn here wants to build things that are sustainable. Who do I invest in? What do I invest? Remember that this house also revolves around topics that have to do with their taboo topics. It's like transformation after healing, it's inheritances, it's bankruptcy, it's savings, it's who are you invested in? What are you invested in? And it's making good choices with 11th house topics, hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, and who do you collaborate with in order to manifest those. So the sun and Jupiter here shining a spotlight, magnifying this, saying, I need to be really good at picking my community, collective activities, my social circle, my friends. I always call them like star friends or kindred spirits, people that you're connected with. You are looking at making really good choices about who you network with, how you network. This is also the house of where we volunteer in order to be part of something that's bigger. And so it's starting something, but coming at the cost of a wound to not feeling valued, not feeling appreciated, and needing love and safety and happiness, which can be attained after you have healthy boundaries, after you have said, this person might dissolve from my life. Remember, Neptune is it's water, and it says, I just don't feel like I'm making a contribution in this group, or that they're appreciating my contribution. So I'm just gonna let it go to the wayside. I'm not going to reignite or go back into the group. Remember, these can be online groups or in-person groups, networks. It can also be saying, that dream no longer fits with who I am now. Those hopes, those wishes, I need to grow, change, and evolve them. And the Chiron wound has to do with you, your courage, you being focusing on love and safety and what you want to say, healthy boundaries, and communicating that in a way that it gives you freedom and liberation. I'm going to check in the queue to make sure that all of this is making sense to you. I want to add to this that tomorrow you're going to be having a new moon. The new moon is going to be at 4 degrees. And so you're going to have the sun and moon at 4 degrees, and then Jupiter is still going to be at 3 degrees. So all of this is still going to be intensified. I'm going to add in for you, one more thing. This will be at 4 degrees tomorrow, and your Pluto is at 4 degrees. So this is another square. It has to do with your money. Pluto is a trauma signature in everybody's chart. It's where do we have to strip away how things really look and are in order to get to the core essence of. You have Pluto in Libra. Libra likes balance. The second house is your money, your cash, your property, your own personal assets. And you sometimes having a cookie and feeling sorry for somebody else and breaking your cookie in half and giving it to somebody else in order to keep things balanced in your life. And Pluto is probably looking for some type of transformation, because this is it's an opposition. It means that these are opposing each other. Saturn says, I need healthy boundaries. Pluto says we have to transform the way that we look at our money, our resources, our finances, our self-esteem, how we support ourselves, our salary, our income, our possessions. And what keeps coming to mind is know your value, know your worth. This is a T-square. Let me draw a line. And so a T-square means these two are battling it out, and the sun and Jupiter and the moon are saying, I need to plant some fresh seeds, I need a fresh start, clean slate. I need a new beginning. I need to have this in my life that is sustainable. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Let me know in the queue, and yeah, I don't see anything. So, all right, Olivia, you got some choices to make, but I know that we're going to be seeing each other again here real soon. So, all right, are we good? Okay, great. It makes sense. All right, know that you started feeling this, and the feeling is not going to go away for, I would say, like 2 or 3 days, according to you saying, I first have to pick me, I have to stand in my own, I have to own where I've given away my power, and I have to be able to take back my power. And with that, those would be some of the new seeds, the fresh start that you can put out there in the universe, that, putting yourself first. I call it self-preservation. It's not selfish, self first. All right, Olivia, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. All right, Michelle. Thank you for being here, Michelle. Michelle, you are also a Virgo rising. Let's talk about this just a little bit. Not only do you have this going on, you also, girlfriend. Okay, this is a good, okay, I don't even know what I want to talk about first. Okay, let me back it up. I first want to talk about with you because I want to talk about your nodes. So I want you to think back to last fall. We had September, October, where these two nodes, they shifted into the sign of Virgo, your rising sign, and the opposite is Pisces, everybody else. And so having to focus on blurring, blending, who do you spend your time with, giving up on perfectionism, releasing and letting go of this. Now, what I really like this is that you're going to be spending the next year saying, I need to focus on my mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and I am looking for the healthier people that I want to collaborate or spend my time with. The 7th house is not just about business partners or significant others. It's clients. It's the house of the other. It is you with everybody else. And so it's personal and it's professional. So I absolutely love this for you. Now this Kazemi is happening here. Now this Kazemi is going to be in a hard aspect to, here we go. Let me draw some lines here to make it easier for you to see. This is a T-square. And so we have all these themes that have to do with things that you want to start, groups, networks, clubs, organizations, and you branching out. It's also being seen or being sought after, or it's also being in charge of those groups. This is in a square, so you're having a Jupiter squared Jupiter, and with Uranus. Uranus and Jupiter in your 2nd house. I absolutely love this because this is, think outside the box. Oh, what? Did Shiny Gems catch that? No. Jeez, oh crow. How long have I been talking? Michelle. Okay. Michelle. I'm going to start all over. I'm so sorry, Michelle. I told you. I'm ruled by Mercury. My Mercury's at 0. I get by with a little help from my friends. All right. Thanks, Michelle. I greatly appreciate it. I needed a pass tonight on like effing up. All right. So let's see. Okay. This is what I want to talk about right here. And I'm going to draw it and I'm going to slow down. This is a T-square. Okay. This up here represents what you want to start. The sun is shining in your 11th house that says, I want to be engaged with people, places, and things that not only uplift me, but that I can also uplift. I can be part of groups, organizations, clubs, and it can also be work associates. And so the sun is here saying, I need to focus on joy, happiness, things that are secure. Now, what's happening is you are having a Jupiter square Jupiter. Jupiter's the planet of abundance. Whenever it squares anything, it says, I can give you too much of a good thing, or I'm going to expand this and you can have excess of. Now, with Jupiter and Uranus in your second house, this is your money, your cash, your skill set, your it's anything that you physically own, but it's also about your mental and emotional, spiritual resources. It's also your work ethic. Having Uranus in Libra, Uranus is electric. It's like, I have this great idea. I'm going to start a side gig. And Jupiter here is to expand it. Like when you get a flash of insight, because that's what Uranus is. Uranus is like, I got this great idea. Or somebody will say something and it'll spark an idea with you. This is amazing. Jupiter says, let's expand this. Now, what's happening is Neptune and Saturn are opposing it. That's people, places, and things that you are invested in or where you are investing. So this means use caution with people, places, and things that you are investing in for either your retirement or the banks or resources, meaning family, or like it could be a business partner, or it could be like a prenup or a divorce settlement, something that has to do with alimony, child support. All of those topics are opposing you starting something new here. I'm going to look in the queue or in the chat to make sure that this is making sense. Hey, Emilio, how are you from Brazil? And Michelle, I'm hoping that this is making some sense here. Okay, great. Okay, then I'm going to tap into just a couple more things. I'm going to throw in, because I talked about it and you didn't see the pictures. You have just started last fall with the eclipse season of the South Node in your first house. I need to get rid of difficult things. So the South Node is what we want to flush down the drain, what we want to get rid of. Perfectionism, bad habits, anything that has to do with our health that is not sustainable. And it's like OCD tendencies, and it's being focused so much on ourselves that, look, I have some of these same traits. And so it would be me saying, I have to be able to accept myself, flaws and all, mistakes and all, and just move on and quit beating myself up over it. Now, the South Node in Pisces, I absolutely love because it brings in people for you to connect and collaborate with. The seventh house is business partners, but it's also significant others and best friends. It brings in and it also dissolves the old, like getting rid of what no longer serves you. So focus on this during the eclipses because it will affect not only you, but it'll affect your partnership and your your home and your job. Like it's literally on 4 areas of your life that will totally transform it within the next year. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Let me take one more quick glance around. Yeah, because you just had a nodal return. So now you're like moving on past it, which I absolutely love all of this for you. All right, Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And tomorrow, and it can be done tonight, but I always put out my new moon intentions when the moon is gaining light, like right after it's dark. So you're going to have a new moon right here tomorrow. And I would include topics that have to do with things that you want to start about stability, home, money, resources, family. It could be ancestry, DNA, any of these things. What are you looking to create? And working past your wound, because Mercury is in a square with Chiron. Chiron is your identity wound of who I merge myself with or where I put myself into. It's about relationships and family and partnerships and not shrinking yourself for the sake of somebody else, of hurting their feelings. Because Chiron is the identity wound. It's in the sign of Aries. Aries is you. And the 8th house is the house of sex. And it's where you are intimately connected with other people, or where your energy is intimately connected. And Mercury is, how do I communicate this? And it's squaring off, saying, I have to choose me and safety and security. And so plant those seeds. Healthy boundaries, my friend. All right. All right, Michelle, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. The next person in the queue is DS. Thank you for being here, DS. And let me see if anybody said anything in the queue. Michelle's good. Okay, spot on about how you're feeling, and definitely will re-listen. I encourage you, listen, re-listen. I say everything with love. I have Pluto in my first house. I have to always remind myself to say it with love and grace, because I say it first and then I think about it later. And this is you choosing you, and not shrinking yourself for the sake of making other people happy. And that's across the board. This is happening in the most intimate part of your life of, well, we don't bring that up. It's taboo topics. It's about family members or secrets or sex or where your money's invested or your time is invested. So this is a very intimate and a healthy. This is going to be healthy for you. This is you choosing you. All right, thanks. All right, so hey, Emilio, could I take a look at your birth chart and the transits? Join in the QR code down below. I need your date, time, and location. All right, DS, let's take a look at you. You wanted to know about career and the direction. So I'm first going to talk about this. This is the Sun-Jupiter conjunction is occurring in your partnership sector. What is so, like, you are literally having a Jupiter return, and to have a Jupiter return on the same day as a Cazimi. So mark this day down, because you are starting a brand new 12-year cycle. Jupiter takes 12 years to go around the zodiac. Whatever you are starting now, and I would actually go back just a couple of weeks, whatever you are initiating and starting now, this is what you are setting yourself up for, not just the new moon tomorrow, but literally for the next 12 years. The 7th house is the house of the other. It is best friends, significant others, clients. It's also open enemies and exes. It's the house of legal matters and how do we handle them, and contracts. It's the house of promises, whether they're verbal or nonverbal. So it's the house of connecting with other people. Having all of this at the exact degree is huge. It's like the biggest target that is on your chart. Knowing this is in a square with some things that are going on at home. The bottom of your chart, I don't know how much you know about astrology, but the bottom of your chart is home, family, safety, security, ancestry. It is our living situation. It's our personal life. It's our ancestors, like parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. You have Saturn and Neptune here, and they're still moving forward, but this is going to be going backwards really soon. It's going to be going retrograde. So this usually means like rethink with where I live, something that has to do with somebody moving in, somebody moving out, major renovation, or finding out about, like it could be a family secret, or something that has to do with your ancestry, something that has to do with your parents or your grandparents. This is also, I'm going to circle some more things and let me know if it gets too muddy for you. Mercury is also in a square with Chiron. Squares are right angles. They're 90-degree angles. They are where you want to move forward, but you have to stop and process it. They cause the energy to be uncomfortable and difficult in order to force change. It's basically to slow you down and force change. Mercury is the way you communicate. in the house of partnerships, in the house of relationships, in contracts and negotiations, and all the house of the other. It is in a square with Chiron. Chiron in Aries is you, your personal wound, your identity wound of something that happened when either you were younger, or something that has to do with family, or your identity within the family. And it's pushing for transformation of. You're literally coming off of a nodal opposition. So I know that you have just spent the last year and a half of your life looking back at your past and saying, where have I come from? Where am I going? I need to readjust my sails for a healthier direction. And what is going on in my life? Who do I take with me, and what do I take with me? And so this is all part of that story that's now playing out. Okay, I am going to get rid of some of this so you can follow along. As a Capricorn rising, your chart ruler is Saturn. Wherever it goes, whatever it does, it will greatly impact you. And so Saturn is focused on home. Your personal, your natal Saturn is, where is your natal Saturn? Is in your 8th house of, it's in a harmonious aspect. I like it. I color code everything so you'll be able to visually see it. Red is fire. Your home is fire. Your home is Aries. And so this is truly you looking to build something that's sustainable by investing in the right people, places, things, or investments that come to you, like alimony, child support, wills, or it could be in the lottery. It could be any of those things. All right, so I'm hoping all of this makes sense for you. And let me look over one more time. There's going to be, I would look at some changes that have to do with clients, partnerships, relationships, something that has to do with 7th house. I'm going back and looking at job and your direction. Where's Uranus? I look at whatever you're doing for your job, that this July 7th to be exact, Uranus is going to be moving into your 6th house. You looking for something that you can either do remote, or you have more flexibility within your schedule, because it's, because it'll be moving into your 6th house of your daily habits. All right, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right, so thank you, DS. Thank you for trusting me with your consultation. All right, let me see. Hey, Kristen, you are next in the queue here. Thanks. Oh, sorry. Hey, Kristen. I'm so glad that you're here. All right. Yay, you're up. Okay. And I appreciate everybody having patience. All right. So, Kristen, things that catch my eye right away are you are a Saggy rising. Look, I love Sagittarius rising. It's the more the better, the more fun, everything. And you are, your chart ruler is Jupiter. And so what makes this even better is you are having the sun conjunct Jupiter, and you're going to have this new moon with your chart ruler in the 8th house. Now, the 8th house is the house of sex and debt, but it's also income that comes in with where you are invested, with people, places, and things. Now, I'm going to backtrack out of this and add on one more layer that I feel is really important right now. You are having a nodal opposition. Okay, so it's sitting right here on top of your moon. A nodal opposition. So these little horseshoe things, the north node, that's the one that's looks like the horse is going direct. Like this would be the north node. That is the direction in which I'm supposed to be going. And the south node is where I have come from. And so when they meet up opposite of each other, we call it a nodal opposition. It's like you and I were riding in a car, and you're driving and I'm in the passenger seat, and we're taking a ride and we're going past everything, and you're telling me all about your life. And I'm saying, hey, what are we going to take with us? So it's an 18-month relook at your past. And then you say, well, I really enjoy this person, or I really like this. And I'm like, well, we only have so much room. Where do you want to put them? Do you want to put them in the trunk, the back seat, in between here with us? Or do we leave it in the past? This is where we leave what no longer serves us in the past. This is also where the past comes back to haunt us and knock on our door for a second go round. For example, I had a client who they were in rehab. Well, they were 6 years clean and sober, so not in rehab anymore, but they're working their program, and they were having a nodal opposition. During that nodal opposition, we talked about their past coming back, and so old drug dealers got in touch with them. There were a lot of things from their past. They ran into them at the mall, on the phone. Like, it's, and I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but I'm saying that it's your past coming back. And it's things that you don't want to take with you. And I'm in the car with you saying, focus on what we want and put it on the windshield in front of us and leave the past in the back. Now, these will be activated every single time there's an eclipse. So we had an eclipse that started this in September and October of last year. We had another just recently, and we're going to have another set this fall. So know that your past will come back, and you're going to say, I really enjoyed this, or I want to revisit this, but I want to revamp it. So know that that's part of the story. Now, with this new moon, let's go back and let's talk about it again. So this Jupiter, your chart ruler, this could mean your partner could be, the investments could be coming to you, or something could be expanding. This could be will or assets that you've invested in. The square comes to Saturn and Neptune in the 5th house. Children, childlike activities, like things that bring you pleasure and joy. This could be a lover, this could be art, music, beauty. The 5th house is the house of where we gamble, where there's risk and recreation and joy and pleasure. And Saturn wants to have it, but it wants to have boundaries with it. And Neptune just wants to throw caution to the wind. And so we have where you are investing, who you are investing, and things that you are doing. That there's a square here saying we need to have a plan before we do that. Think long and hard about it. Now, I'm going to add one more layer. Mercury is here. Mercury's our wound. Chiron is the wound. Mercury is the way that we communicate, and this is about Cancerian things that have to do with your home, your family, your money, your resources, your family, that like parents, grandparents. And so this is happiness and the way that you talk or share or travel. And this could be cars or technology. It's in a square with Chiron, your identity wound. The wound that's like, this square asks the question, what do you want to say? And then what will this cost me to say it? And for you, this is about bringing up topics that have to do with you, your fear, and people, places, and things that you are invested in emotionally, physically, financially, sexually, any of those. It's you taking a long, hard look at 8th house topics that are very intimate, that we don't share with other people. So this new moon is going to also, I'm going to throw in one more thing. I don't mean to confuse you by it, but it is opposite. So you are going to be having a Jupiter opposite Jupiter opposing Jupiter. Now, an opposition says, I have to make a choice here between what is mine, 2nd house things, my money, my cash, my skill set, talents, property, resources, and things that I invest in, people that I invest in, trust with all that. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense with you. Let me look if there's anything else that I want to bring out. Okay, I think all of this makes sense. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Kristen, let's see. Exactly, this is the key. Okay, great. Well, Kristen, I truly appreciate you sharing this with me. It is always an honor, and I should always start off with that. When somebody oh, I'm sorry, you asked a question, but I didn't see both oppositions. Oh, let me circle it again. Here. Do you see this? Isn't this crazy? Like when somebody draws a line, you cannot even, you cannot unsee it. It's like, I want to focus on me, but I need to make good choices with people. Yeah. Oh, you do know astrology. Oh, okay. Right? Okay, so I do astrology. I dream it, night and day. But then when I get together with an astrologer friend of mine, she always points out things that I didn't see, and I'm thinking, I looked at that chart for like an hour. How did I miss it? So yeah, I totally get it. And I'm glad that all of this is making sense to you. So no, you know what an opposition is. This is like this, like the boxers squaring off. And so this is literally a square off between yours and where you are invested with other people, places, and things. I was watching it in the nodes and I didn't look at Jupiter and the Sun opposition. Okay. Well, oh yeah, and secrets. Yeah. Thank you. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you sharing. And I do want to say to everybody, whenever you are sharing your birth information with somebody, that is sacred math. And so I'm always honored to be a part of sharing your story. All right, so let me see. Angela, you are next in the queue. Thank you for being here. Give me a hot second here. All right. Wait, where's the city and state? Oh, duh. Sorry. Angela. All right. Oh, got it. Angela, have you been here before? Because your chart looks very familiar. Oh, great. Okay. Well, first off, Angela, thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting. Oh, Kristen, thank you for Kristen, be still my heart. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I heart you. I heart you. Thanks. Made my night. All right. All right. So Angela, thank you again for being here. And so let's talk about this. Oh, I didn't even bring over the chart yet. So feeling a little crazy? I totally understand that. Crying in a bucket. Hold on. Let me move this over. There we go. All right. You are having the Sun Jupiter Cazimi up at the top of your chart. First off, your chart ruler is Venus. You, Libra, and your chart ruler, the planet, is Venus. So we always say, okay, where's Venus going? What is she doing? She's going to be in a harmonious aspect with everything that's going on. But you have this Cazimi. So the way the wheel is set up, this is your career, this is your home, and then it's you and partnership. Like those are the 4 angles. And the top of the chart is everybody seeing you. It's job, responsibility, legacy, it's career. And so we know that you are looking at starting something, or all eyes on you. Now, what's difficult with this will all make sense once you see it. Do you see this little node here? Oh, hold on. It's been a while. Okay. Oh, you had a breakup 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah. Saturn sitting here on top of your north node. Can we talk about why? So what happened was you got Neptune. Neptune's at 2 degrees and your north node. So remember the north node, the direction in which I'm supposed to be moving in. Aries is you. Aries is the warrior. I have to initiate. And I initiate partnership in all partnerships, professional, personal. Neptune, because it's at 2 degrees and your north node's at 2 degrees, Neptune dissolves. Like literally, it's water, it's foggy, it's unclear. It's like beer goggles or rose-colored glasses. This is too good to be true, or this is somebody not believing in it anymore. And so Saturn is the planet of restrictions and limitations and wanting something that is harmonious to last over a longer period of time. And what I hear is, if you're with the wrong person, then you don't have room or space for the right person. I'm not saying that that's going to make it any easier. Like a breakup 2 weeks ago is deep and it's intense and it's still hurting. So what this brings you is the opportunity with 10th house themes. Everybody seeing you, your ambitions, you saying, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to allow people to see me for who I am. Cancer, nurturing, caring. This is also getting accolades and things like that. The square is not going to be over. You're going to have a new moon tomorrow, actually, and it will be at 3 degrees. And so, okay, these two planets right here, they're going to go retrograde. Next February, like if you could mark that down on your calendar, it's actually going to be February 14th is going to be the exact, but for you, February 14th and beyond, that is like bringing new into your life. Saturn and Neptune are going to come together, create something absolutely amazing, and it will be at 0 degrees. Now, as it gets closer to 2 degrees, like you're going to feel it. And so write the date down, because this is the time period where you say, I'm going to work on me and I'm going to allow people to come and flow in and out of my life. But know that that's going to be the time period that it's going to come in like lightning. All right, I'm going to add more to this. Mercury is communication, short distance travel, thoughts, ideas. It's in a square. So with Chiron in your partnership sector. So we know that the breakup is part of an identity wound of I'm not worthy, or, like, I don't know if they were gaslighting you. I don't know where the breakup happened, but I do know that this is at 26 degrees and your your Jupiter is at 29 degrees. And so 29, in astrology, 29 means it's an anaretic degree. It's a final exam lifetime. I'm going to clear all this so I can just circle it for you. Whenever we see 29, that means that you've already done it and you just need to get it right in this lifetime. Like you are here to do it and do it right. I want to add just a couple more things in. This is Mars, and I want you to look at this. Mars is also at 4 degrees, and you are having a Mars return. It happens once every 2 years. So know that you are at the beginning of this cycle. You have a huge stellium in your 12th house. Dreams, intuition, psychic ability. It also can bring about obsessive compulsive things that have to do with your health, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, depression, anxiety. It's a lot. And so Mars is starting, it's at 4 degrees, like literally today, it's starting a new 2-year cycle. Having your transiting south node is saying, I, Angela, need to get rid of anything that's negative that goes along with all of these qualities. The south node is like a drain. It pulls away. So think about like flushing it down the toilet. The 12th house revolves around topics that have to do with our connection to the spiritual world, rest, retreat, intuition, dreams, psychic ability. It also means hospitalizations. It also is about institutions. And so you can choose what those are going to be. It can be self-care or like a spiritual retreat. Having Mars return here, because Mars, after it hits your natal Mars, then it's going to go on to your Sun, which is going to activate you, then your Venus, your love language, and then your Mercury. It's literally going to go boom, 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 like over the next, I would say 4.5 weeks, 4.5 to 5 weeks. You're definitely going to be feeling it. It is draining, and it is saying, get rid of whatever is draining you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And if you don't take care of you, you will fall ill. And the 12th house will force you in isolation in order to take care of mind, body, spirit, and soul. It offers abundance for those people that tune in, but it's tuning into, what does my body need? What does my spirit need? And being flexible with that. I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I'm going to look in the queue. Dreams are crazy, right? Holy mackerel. I totally understand that. Yeah, and you're going to be drained. Think of this as, this is going to be a month of having to focus on self-care for you and getting rid of anybody or anything that literally drains you. Releasing it and letting it go. And people, places, and things. All right, I am so glad that this makes sense. I appreciate you being here. It is always good when you can justify what's happening in your personal life with astrology and then say, there's going to be an end to this and there's going to be this great new beginning. So put out your new moon intentions tomorrow for whatever it is that you want to create for yourself to be seen. All right. You've been trying to not let it affect your kids. I hear you. And I'm holding space for you as you navigate that. All right, let me pull up the next. Oh, shiny gems.
5 left.
Okay. There we go. I have to weed through your whole family. Remember, we did that once. All right, shiny gems. Let's talk about where we are. And by the way, I look forward to seeing you on Zoom Sunday with Patreon. Like, it's gonna be good. All right, Angela. All right, Angela. Okay, shiny gems. Can we just say hallelujah for moving on from the last bit of energy and like where we're going now? Oh, dang. Is this your Placidus chart? This is Placidus. I think I'm going to switch it. I don't want to use Placidus with you. Not today. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me fix it. There we go. Alrighty. Now we got it as whole sign. Mother effer. Hold on. Sorry. Let me swap it. There we go. Now it's fixed. Now I can show you. All right. Let's talk. So, new moon going to be tomorrow, and what you are starting today. So you've got Sun conjunct Jupiter. Remember that anything that's in the heart of the sun, we don't see the planet, but the sun magnifies its energy. And so we say, what does Jupiter rule in your chart? Well, Jupiter rules your health sector, and Jupiter also rules over your 3rd house of communication, technology, travel, the way you communicate with people, places, and things that are close to home. So we know that you're going to be, this energy is magnified. We know that you're still in this square. The square's not over with anything that has to do with the other, the partners, the business, the clients, the consultations, I would say that anybody that you would also work with, know that this square is, I have to have them mind my boundaries, and then how do I say what I want to say? Like, say what I mean and mean what I say, but say it in a way that asserts myself. This could mean something that has to do with contracts or negotiations, or something that has to do with legal matters. You have Mercury here, and Mercury is, no, there's a chart. Are you not seeing it? Is everybody seeing the chart? Okay.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so Mercury. Sorry, somebody said there was no chart and I need to make sure. Thank you, Shiny Gems, for seeing the chart. So Mercury is the way that we communicate. It's the way that we talk. Remember, it's email, phone, text. It's all forms of the way that you move someplace, get somewhere, bikes, cars, all of that. And it's the way that we talk and share and things that are information. In the sign of Cancer can mean something that has to do with home. So think about your dad or any family members. This is opposing. I want to show you. This is opposing this. I'm going to draw some lines because I know that you'll be able to see it and understand it. This is a T-square. This is just a regular square. Okay, hopefully this does not confuse you too much. So Mercury in a square with Chiron. Chiron in Aries is I, the identity wound that has to do with who am I with? Like best friends and significant others. And why do I feel like this? And I have to be able to say, either with the other person, I have to be able to assert my boundaries. I have to be able to say this no matter what the cost. We know that this might have something to do with authority figures or bosses or somebody that is above you or you being the authority figure. This has something to do with your ambitions, your reputation. It's the top part of your chart. Promotion, success, achievement, responsibilities. We know that that is part of this story. We also know that your Mercury is opposing the sun at home. So this could have to do with the father. This could have to do with wanting to do some things at home, not wanting to have the responsibilities of home. There is definitely something that has to do with your living situation, your personal life, your foundation of how you build your life. Like this is a complete contradiction of, I'm tired of biting my tongue. I just have to say this. And how do I say this? Now I'm going to add the positive in here. Let me get rid of all of this. Now you know everything's color-coded. So we know that this, and it's going to be, so it's at 3 degrees right now, but tomorrow the sun and the moon are going to be at 4 degrees and Jupiter's still going to be at 3. This is a water sign. We know that you're going to be planting these new seeds. Let's take a look at your second house. Remember, this is always the difficult house. Well, it's not this time. This is a trine, water to water. The second house is my money, my finances, my resources, my property, my skill set, my talents. What do I need in order to feel secure? Shiny Gems needs to transform whatever that's been going on and say, this is what I need mentally, emotionally, spiritually. These are the resources. Know my value, know my worth. And I'm going to plant new seeds. I'm going to have a fresh start, clean slate, new beginning, and it will be magnified. Pluto will say, I'm going to totally transform it. Like remember, Pluto in Scorpio is follow your gut, your intuition, your psychic ability, your dreams, your spidey senses. Follow it, because this is saying, I'm going to work with you. Know that your second house has always been difficult for your lessons, but then when we have trines to it, you can take every lesson that you've ever learned and it's, oh, I got this. I know what I need to do. I've been there, done that. That's not going to happen again. It becomes the gift. It becomes the trine, the opportunity. I'm going to add in just a little bit more because when this the sun and Jupiter move through your 10th house, it is going to light up your chart. It's literally about healing financially, emotionally, sexually, psychologically. It is because having this conjunction in your 6th house this is your day-to-day habits. This is the North Node is saying, I'm going to focus on becoming who I've meant to been, who I should be in this lifetime. I look at it as we are growing every single day, and this is school. We learn, and we can't learn everything. We can't know everything. Like every single day, it's an opportunity to either learn a lesson or cry about it. And so this up here is going to be benefiting you here. It's going to take everything that you've been through and just evolution and growth will come from it, because you've got your Saturn there also. So I'm loving the majority of this, knowing that the seeds that you're going to be planting are going to be just amazing. It's like coming full circle, looking where you've been and where you are now growing and going. All right, I'm going to check the cue to make sure that all of this makes sense. And I'm going to look and see if there's anything else. Okay, I do want to say that this is another harmonious aspect. Remember, two down is supporting you. And so Mars at 4 degrees, the new moon will be at 4 degrees tomorrow, and Jupiter will stay at 3. And the 4th house in Virgo, organized, structured, detailed, dreams, intuition. It's the 12th house. It's the secret house. It's secrets coming out. It's affliction, hospitalizations. It's hidden enemies. It's going after those things in order to protect who you are, your identity, using what you have quietly, hidden, where other people don't see it. Remember, the 12th house is using your angels, using your guides, not being afraid of solitude. All right, shiny gems, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. All right. Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca, for waiting. Hold on, let me get all this. And 520. I have to check and double check. Mother. There we go. Did I spell it right? I think I did. Hold on, let me see the question. Oh, you don't have a question? Great. So that means that I can just have free range. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's talk about this, Rebecca. I love to have free range to just like skim around the chart, tell you what I think is the most important thing that you should be looking at. Hey, Bright Light, Becca Boo. So glad you are here. And Shiny Gems, I heard you. All right, let's talk about this. All right, Rebecca. So where do I even begin? Okay, girlfriend. You just had Pluto. Pluto is now going to be transforming all types of relationships for you over the next 20 years. Look, I think that this is, and you're going to have the most unusual, the most eclectic, strange, different, amazing partnerships, relationships come your way. I absolutely love this for you. It's just like first thing I see. All right, so let's talk about Sun and Jupiter in your 12th house. So the sun is your chart ruler. It's always important for you to be following where is the sun and what's going on. The 12th house is where we go within. We pay attention to our dreams, our psychic ability, our intuition. We go to isolate. It's where we go to get rid of, to break the karma, to get rid of the broken record that like spins in our head about what people, places, and things tell us. Jupiter wants to expand. And so Jupiter is in the heart of the sun saying, usually this means downloads, like something coming to you, like in a dream, or synchronicity of finding a feather, finding a coin, seashells, songs, sigils, playing with runestones, any of these things. The 12th house is the house where you have this inner healing, but you also have this connection to divine spirit, God, Yahweh, Allah, Buddha, whatever you call it. It's you tuning in order to receive. And like, I would expect your dreams to be so, I love my dreams, but like you will be getting messages through your dreams. Like, I love this for you. Now, there is a square. Let's talk about the square. The square comes with your ninth house. I want to travel there. Cross-cultural experiences, like foreign people, places, and things, publishing things, legal things. This is like a studying of religion and philosophy and belief. So there could be something that you're studying. You're getting rid of old dogma. Maybe you've studied something, and this could be the beginning of something new. Usually when we study something in the 12th house, we consider it to be secret because we don't want to share it with other people, as in we don't know what they would think about us studying that topic. So it's connection to things, but on the down low, and not sharing it with other people. Now, the ninth house is the house of religion and philosophy and beliefs. And so there's this square going on between what do you now know, what have you been exposed to, your beliefs, what other people think about your beliefs. Now, also, I want to add in here that Mercury is at 27 degrees. Your Saturn is at 27 degrees. So this is a conjunction where they're merging their energy. Mercury says it's communication and talking and traveling, it's thoughts and ideas. And so the 12th house is all the spiritual realm. Saturn, building something that's sustainable. And this is in a square with Chiron. The Chiron is an identity wound. I don't know what you were brought up believing, or if you were taught to not believe certain things, or this could have to do with different cultures also, or different races of people. But this is definitely an identity wound of, I had to keep quiet, and now if I say something, it'll change the dynamics of the way I'm perceived, and it will. This is like you speaking authentically, and what will you speaking up cost you, whether it be with schooling or travel or religion, philosophy, belief. Oh God, is she? Rebecca is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Southern Baptist. Holy mackerel. It doesn't get any crazier than that. Okay, so let's look. When people are connected to their faith and their religion, they believe that other people can do it. You know, like burning of incense in the Catholic churches, or the speaking in tongues, or the laying of hands. That's nothing but energy work. Reiki is energy work. Dreams. Jesus had dreams. Like these people, these prophets, they followed, they did it. Every one of us has the ability. You definitely have the ability. This is about major downloads, and if you say something to certain people, it will change their opinion or their values or beliefs. You can't unring the bell, and you can't, once Pandora's box is open. From personal experience, I would say you're going to have to make that decision for yourself, but it will feel terribly restraining if you keep it any longer, because Saturn in Cancer it's this hard box that you have been put into, and it's the old dogma will be like, literally, it's like taking it and crushing it and just saying, this feels like me. This is what I believe in. So, and you're 1 degree Pisces, like 1 degree Pisces, that's so beautiful. It's wanting to connect with other spiritual souls that you just want to merge your energy with them, like be at one with them. Okay, let me look also. Okay, I'm going to add just a smidgen to this. Knowing that you're going to be starting something new, or I would also look at this as you have a latent skill that was undiscovered or you haven't recognized it yet, and it is awakened. So, for example, maybe seeing ghosts or seeing people that passed on or connection with ancestors. This is, oh, I didn't, it's like seeing it for the first time or just trying to figure it out. I look at it as you've already done it in a past lifetime. It's just now coming up with an opportunity. It's going to be in a harmonious aspect with Mars in your second house. Virgo is taking care of your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. I have to go after and initiate for my mind, body, spirit, emotional health and well-being. I have to follow my own path. I have to do it. And it'll be healing. You let me know how this goes for you, because I walk that walk. I talk that talk. I'm there with you, girlfriend. We could compare stories. All right, so I'm going to check the chat, make sure all this makes sense, and I really, really appreciate you. You've had to let go of a lot of judgment of others. Not only judgment, like you could be this amazing healer, somebody who brings in information. So I'm excited for you. All right. Let me see what else is in there. I'm excited for you. Yeah. All right. So let me see what else is in the queue here. What is the impact of Jupiter and Cancer in the first house? Look, I need to see all of your chart, Batella. So if you would like to join into the queue, I need your date, time, and location, and you can use that QR code. And let's see. And you are very much welcome. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. Okay, let me see who is next. All right, Jen. Jen, first off, thank you for being here and for trusting me, because I consider all birth information to be, sacred geometry, sacred math. Okay. Hold on. Hold on here. Okay. I'm having problems. Oh, a lot of random outbursts. Oh. Okay. Problematic. Move forward. Oh. Okay. Well, Jen, first off, I'm going to pull up your chart just so I don't know how much you know about astrology. So this is a lot. You have 2 stelliums going on. This is a lot. This is intense. You have your sun in Libra. Sun in Libra, they're generally beautiful, good looking. They don't like fights. They don't like arguments. You also have a moon in Libra. Fighting and arguing can make you physically sick. It's wanting to please everybody and needing to learn boundaries in this lifetime. Sandwich in between is Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation. In your 12th house is fears. Fears of it's karmic debts, it's dreams, intuition, psychic ability, your own personal unconscious, your own shadow self. And how do I work through this? Because it's like people telling you enough that, oh, you're crazy, you do this, gaslighting. And then pretty soon you start to believe it, because the 12th house is the house of the broken record. Now, your rising sign, you are a Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising is so intense, so psychic, so they feel everybody's everything. They also, during childbirth, like there's usually sometimes complications where like the mother almost dies or the baby, like you almost die. But like Scorpio represents death. The ruler of it is Pluto and Mars, the god of the underworld. And so you have Venus here. You love intensely. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a good amount of astrology, so bring it on. Okay, so good. Okay, good. Mercury in Scorpio. Nobody should ever lie to you, and you should always trust your spidey senses. Your intuition is so spot on. And if you think that somebody's lying, you will dig up the information just to make sure that they're not. I'm going to talk about Scorpio from a negative aspect first because I know you can handle it. And then I'm going to tell you what your gifts and talents are. Scorpios, first, they work from a space of wounded, I work from a space of fear because who do I get into a relationship with? What'll happen? How do I feel about this? And then they learn by giving up of themselves, trusting, and then having somebody betray their trust. Because nobody's ever going to live up to everything exactly that you want, because you need trust, you need transparency, this is what you need for security. And so you dole it out in little pieces and you give people enough rope to hang themselves. And then if you find out that you can trust them, you lean in more. That's how you learn lessons. Your talents, you are a force to be reckoned with. You will transform multiple times in this lifetime. Scorpio is deep, intuitive, psychic. When you're talking with somebody, you want them to not have their sunglasses on so you can look into their eyes, because you're literally reading their soul. That is your gift, your talent. And then if you're still not 100% sure on the read, you lean in closer. And if you really want to know, you'll touch them, because touch to you reveals everything. This is your ability. You feel it. You don't just learn lessons. You get scars on your soul. So knowing that, now I'm going to add in like the moon and the sun and what is going on. And I'm hoping all of this makes sense. All right, hold on here. There we go. Okay, so you are having a Jupiter Kazemi. Now it's in a water sign. Notice that your ruler is water. And so it's in a harmonious aspect of, it's like literally blowing some things up though, because of the square here. Okay, I'm gonna break it down in chunks. The sun represents you in the watery sign of Cancer. This is your intuition is spot on. Dreams, psychic ability, everything for you is spot on. Jupiter is conjuncted. Jupiter wants to show you everything, the big picture. It says this is what you're dealing with. Foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural experiences like visas, passports. It's also religion and philosophy and beliefs and legal matters and publishing. It's taking everything about you, everything about your partnership, everything about your relationship, and it is expanding all of those themes with you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, makes sense. I guess I feel like I'm a victim of Uranus and my 7th house right now. Yeah, you are. Yeah, so let me go on to the square and then I'm going to come back to that, because you truly are. Uranus is at 29 degrees. Uranus is, and I can even like dive into that right now. At the 29th degree is considered the anoretic. It says at 29 degrees, you have from now until July 7th to make a decision, or I'm going to make it for you. And when Uranus goes into your 8th house, the 8th house is the house of where you are invested with other people. Remember, it goes into another house for about 7.5, 8 years. And so this is dividing, splitting, separating, Gemini. And so it's two different directions. So I'm not 100% sure where the relationship is going, but Uranus is shock, surprise, freedom, and liberation from things that are not sustainable for you. Part of this is you have Mercury, and it's in a hard aspect with Chiron. So we know that this is an identity wound of, I haven't said everything that I wanted to say, and I'm afraid to say it. And if I say it, what is it going to cost me? I think you and I both know what it's going to cost you. I want to add one more thing. This intense energy really started last September and October. You are having a nodal opposition. I don't know if you were here where I was talking about nodal oppositions, but nodal oppositions are, it's where we look at our past several years, 9 years usually, 9 to 18, and we say, where have I been? And can I continue this? And what do I want to continue? And where do I go? The fifth house is the house of children. It's the house of lovers, affairs, art, beauty, music, creativity. And it's you moving towards healing through those modalities because it's in a water aspect. Water goes well with water. And it's, I need to release perfectionism, guilt, blame, shame, all of the negative aspects. Because if I don't take care of my mental, physical, emotional, psychological, mind, body, spirit, I'm going to get sick. And I'm of no use to anybody if I'm sick. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Because, yeah, Uranus is definitely going to be moving July 7th. It's going to happen. And you're going to be look to plant your new moon around topics that will support you. Make it a personal new moon about what do you want to grow. It needs to be something about home, security, and family. Whenever I make my new moon intentions, I do not include my partner. It needs to be personal because you cannot shift somebody else's life path for you. And it can't be like, oh, I really hope that my kids are healthy. Because they're on their own. They have their own life path. They have their own free will. It needs to be personal to you. All right. I hope all this makes sense. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate you trusting me. So let me see who is next in the queue.
JDub.
All right, JDub. Thank you for being here and for waiting. Let's see. I love when everybody has their exact time. All right, let's see. Recently broke up. Move states away. New job. Okay. Move back or stay here or start fresh. Okay, let's talk about this. I hear you. And I'm going to be focusing on you. Yeah, there we go. JDub, okay. I am glad that you're here. And Jen, I'm glad everything, yes. And there is a silver lining. I want you to be thinking about yourself and you will know exactly where things stand July 7th because that is when Uranus is going to move into your 8th house. That'll solidify things. Whenever a planet is at the 29th degree, it says, I have given you 8 years to figure this out. Uranus, I've given you 8 years to figure this out with partnership. And now it's like the last ditch effort of what are you going to do? All right, so JDub, let's talk. You are going to be having Jupiter and Sun, and it is sitting on top of your Venus, your Mercury. This is huge. The Sun is, okay, Mercury is your chart ruler. So whenever Mercury stations retrograde or wherever Mercury is at, know that it rules over you and it rules over your home sector of your chart. And so you have Mercury and Venus in a close conjunction in your 2nd house, which means this is the house of your money, your cash, your property, your talents, your skill set, your personal resources. Cancer is home and security. I, JDub, need to build sustainability over a longer period of time. And what do I personally value? So you would value things like you want them to be quality over quantity, and they're probably very personal items. For example, like I have a thimble my grandmother gave me before she died, and it doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but it means something to me. So it's those are the types of things that you value, and it's building of security. The second house is about your mental, emotional resources, and it's also about what do I need in order to feel secure. You need stable a home, family, foundation. Okay, knowing that you are having the sun in a close conjunction with Jupiter. This means that it's merging its energy and saying, let's focus on this. And it's not only focusing on that house, it's focusing on Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, money, your resources, your job. And Mercury, the way that you convey that, the way that you communicate. It's your thoughts, ideas. It's also, that has to do with travel. And so it's having to use your I statements, and it's focused on you, what is in your best interest. Now, it's in a hard square, which means it's uncomfortable with Saturn and Neptune. Neptune dissolves, so think about it as, I've heard that story a few times. Do I believe it again? And Neptune wants to believe it again, but Neptune is also, it dissolves. And Saturn is like, yeah, I've heard that so many times. We need to have, Neptune is the mountain. It's about build a strong foundation in which to create upon. Like, you don't build a house with sticks. You have to have planks of wood. I'm hoping that this is making sense, because Saturn wants you to build something that's sustainable. And Neptune is saying, this makes me feel really good. And then Saturn will say, no, drop the dead wood. We got to get rid of it. We don't carry anything along with us if it's not for my best and highest good. And so then you're going to have a new moon tomorrow. And the new moon is, I have to plant seeds that are healthy for me, that are sustainable for me and my well-being, my living situation, my relationships, my property, my traditions. It's my home. And so you are taking a serious, long, hard look at all of this. And this is about money and values and, yeah. Okay, I'm going to add on to the story. This is in a harmonious aspect. It will be tomorrow exact, with Mars at 4 degrees with 4th house. Virgo has to do with, well, your 4th house is your home. It's the lowest part. It's your foundation. Mars is, I have to take action. It has to happen. It's not comfortable here because it's going to be in a square. I'm hoping I'm not muddying this up, but this is a square saying Mars in Gemini. Gemini is duality, and Mars, 2 different directions, and you, like your sun in Gemini, the way that you flirt, the way that you talk, there's so, July 7th is going to be absolutely amazing for you, and it's going to be, your mind is going to be scattered and blown. You are going to be, starting in July, a whole new you that will be evolving over the next 7.5 to 8 years. If I could just say, I know that there's going to be some type of a move or a shift of you taking the lead of doing something that has to do with your home. It looks like, I'm going to move out, I'm going to move on, I'm going to do something. And then in July, holy mackerel, when Uranus goes in your first house, it'll totally transform how people see you, know you. It's about science and technology, and it's about, the first house is your business card or your website, and it's you transforming you, like being hit by lightning and just feeling like, I'm alive. Yes, this is what I'm going to do. I feel really great. And let me show you a little bit more about this. Oh, mother, hold on. Uranus is going to come in here. It's going to activate your Mars. And Jupiter is here at 0. And this is about children, inner child, creativity, art, music, beauty, love. And it's, I have to do this, and it will expand everything. It could be something with an art project, music, something, or it could be a download of poetry or music, or it could be a lot of different things, but those are the themes, and it will happen all at one time. Like literally your chart is going to light up like a Christmas tree. So I'm super excited for you. All right. I'm hoping all of that makes sense. Hoping all of that makes sense. So you'll have to like let me know in the comments. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. All right. Hey, Wendy. Let me see some time here. And if I could just go back for just a quick second about the relationship. I am sorry about the relationship. And I think when you put it out there and say something to somebody else, you just are looking for them to confirm what you already know. And so I am holding space for you as you navigate this time for yourself in JDub. I'm holding space for you. All right. Okay. Okay. 6:30. Oh, is this AM? I need to know.
6:13.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's AM or PM.
Ask her.
Wendy, I need to know if it's AM or PM. Let me put the rest of it in. It does matter. Like it'll be like a whole 12-hour difference. Hold on. All right, so let me check in the JDub. You are very welcome. JDub, this is there were shifts that started happening last September and October, and that have been pushing and pushing and pushing, and now you're at a point where it's not being able to not see the signs of things, and because now there's patterns that go along with it. So I'm holding space for you. All right, let me pull up my next chart. All right, so Wendy, if it's AM, then we are good to go. If it is not AM, I need you to let me know because... Okay. All right. So Wendy, I'm going to go with the AM because I'm going to go with the AM. So let's take a look. You have... Oh, you're going to be having your solar return here really soon. Like it's going to be your birthday. We're just like, yeah. I'm super excited for you. Like this energy is going to be infused into your year ahead. When somebody has a solar return, that's when the sun comes back and meets up again in their chart. It infuses the entire year with the energy of that. So you have the sun and Jupiter right here at the same time. And this is magnifying all topics that have to do with you. Think about your business card, your website, who you present to the world, your personality, your appearance, your power, your self-expression. Now, tomorrow you're going to have a new moon here. Like, I am ready to start something new. Along with all of this, can we just talk about this also? You are having a nodal return. This is intense. This started last September, last October. A nodal return is where it's activated by the eclipses. And so this is where the universe says, hey, you're off track, and I'm going to have a new moon and a full moon eclipse and activate two areas of your life to bring you back into alignment. And so the south node is in Virgo, of nurturing and caring for others, but sometimes to the detriment of it feels like slavery. And so getting rid of those things. Your south node is conjunct your Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter wants to expand. Pluto is a trauma signature. So we look at this and say, wherever you have come from a past life, you brought in blessings, but you also brought in the difficulty, the trauma, again, to redo and to release. The North Node is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. So I would have looked at this, like if we were doing like past life regressions, this would be things did not go well. You lost everything to a person, and it was like probably you were enslaved. And in this lifetime, you will have to use caution to not give so much of yourself that it's a detriment to your health or your mind, your body, your spirit, and focusing on North Node things, religion, philosophy, beliefs, travel, connection to studying or publishing or legal matters. It's expanding your mind. You're literally having this nodal return saying, this is what I should be focused on, connecting with like-minded individuals. I absolutely love this. I am going to go back to the new moon that's going to be happening tomorrow, because it is in a square with Saturn and Neptune at the top of your chart. This could be with a boss, somebody of authority. This could be you being the person of authority and not being supported by the people below you or the people above you. The 10th house is your professional life. It's your achievement. It's your success. It's promotions, and it's about your personal responsibilities. It opposes your Uranus. Your Uranus is at 0 degrees. You've never done this ever in any of the other lifetimes. And so what you're experiencing now with Neptune and Saturn, you will experience one more time next, actually, mark February 14th down, because it'll be a pivotal moment in your life. Because these two guys here, they are going to meet up at 0 degrees, and it will directly oppose. It will be home, career, something explosive will go on with both of those. All right, let's see. Also, I want to add in your Mercury. Your Mercury is in a hard aspect with Chiron. This is about, I have to speak my truth. This could be somebody speaking up against you or not truths about you, and you having to stand up for yourself. This is speaking out, and no matter what the cost will be, and willing to suffer the consequences of speaking out. Let's see. I'm hoping all of this is making sense. Wendy, are you in the chat? Let me look. What else can I see here while I wait? Hold on. All right. I do want to give you like a little heads up that I would expect when Uranus moves into your 12th house in July 7th, major dream activation, downloads, connection to or uncovering latent talents or skill sets, or connection to ancestors' dreams, Akashic records, past life regressions, anything that has to do with things in isolation. The 12th house is also the house of institutions or hospitalizations, and I have to take care of myself, otherwise it means that you are going to have to nurture and care for yourself. It means you might be spending some time alone in meditation or rest or like a spiritual retreat. All right. I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you, Wendy. This is a lot of great, and happy birthday. Like, it's going to be your birthday here. And all of this, hold on, let me get rid of this. All of this is going to be also activating all of this. I'm super excited because the 3rd house is the house of communication. It's the house where we take in information, it's neighbors, siblings, cousins, and how we disseminate it and share it. And you freeing yourself up from a lot of things and stepping into your own divinity, your own power. All right. Thank you, Wendy. Let me see who is next in the queue. Trisha. Let's see. Where's the birth date? Oh, 9. Oh, okay, sorry. All right, let's see here. And almost done. Sorry. Alrighty, let me see. And the question, what's next? Okay. For my career, I've been working with a lot of people with government, and there have been a lot of rifts. I am sorry about that, Trisha. Yeah. Trisha, I'm just going to bring up your chart real quick just to, I don't know how much you know about astrology. What the heck? My mouse is not. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. It's giving me a hard time. All right, so Trisha, this is intense. This is intense. This is a stellium in your first house. I, Trisha, am going to have a major focus, a laser focused on who am I going to be in this lifetime. I am going to build it sustainably. This can mean to the point of OCD. You have your Mercury here, you have your Sun here, your Saturn here. How old are you? Okay, because Saturn is when we have our first Saturn return, 28, 29, 30, and that is when we start to reap the benefits of sustainability. And you have Venus here. Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, and she likes to bring people, places, and things together. This is a lot to work with everything that has to do with you. And so whenever anything happens in the Virgo part of your chart, it affects everything. Your chart ruler is Mercury. It's already in your chart. So know that every time Mercury stations retrograde, which it's going to be retrograde here real soon, and it's going to be retrograde in your 12th house. Mercury will have you redo, rethink, revise something about you and something about your career. That being said, let's talk about where things are today. Sorry. I clicked the wrong button.
Wendy, was it you?
Got it. All right, Trisha. So, knowing all of this, now I want you to see what's happening here. You have this and you have this, okay? It's called a nodal opposition. That means I want you to go back to last fall. Last fall, with the eclipses, the September, October, there were, because the nodes are activated by the eclipses, the north node, the direction in which I'm supposed to be going in, I, Trisha, am supposed to be looking at something that is it's Pisces energy is watery, intuitive, psychic, and releasing and letting go. This is of best friends, significant others, clients, consultations. The seventh house is the house of the other. The first house is the house of you. You are letting go, the south node, of anything that is detrimental to your health. This means OCD tendencies, giving too much. The north node in Virgo, the positives that can mean that you're a very hard worker, you are going to pay attention to detail. The south node is I work so hard, they don't appreciate it. It's to the detriment of my health, and it feels like slavery. It feels like I'm an indentured servant. And so you are having this opposition of, am I appreciated here? Do I need to turn over a new leaf? Usually what this means for people is that something about their whole persona, their whole self will change, and partnerships will change. It could mean getting married. It could mean leaving contracts. It could mean a best friend moves. And it also brings in, like you have the North Node in Pisces, bringing in a partner, a life partner, bringing in new friends. As far as your career, okay, remember what I said about that July 7th? on July 7th, this guy right here, Uranus, is going to go into your 10th house. It brings shock and surprise. It's like a lightning bolt. I didn't see it coming. I wasn't prepared for it. Oh my gosh, what do I do now? It represents science, technology, and it represents Gemini is duality. Two jobs, two things. It'll be hard and fast. Whatever happens, it'll be like something with your job that, or an authority figure, or saying you need to switch over to keep the job over here, or okay, I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Now I'm going to add another layer into this because you're going to have a new moon tomorrow. You have this going on right now. Sun and Jupiter are in your 11th house. My Trisha's hopes, wishes, dreams, goals. Who do you network with? Jupiter is bringing you an abundance of who do you collaborate with? Connections. The 11th house is what circles do I run in? And what do I want to do with it? The 11th house is not just where do I want to go and what do I want to do. It's about I want to be part of something bigger, and it's also personal clubs and organizations. And this could be you creating something, or this could be you networking. Now the moon is going to be here tomorrow. The moon is also going to activate this as I need to plant the seeds of a fresh start, clean slate, new beginning of something for my career, something for my job, because there's going to be huge. It's going to be dynamic, and it's going to happen like literally the beginning of July. Yeah. Let me look. You're coming up to a Jupiter return next year. So whatever you're going through now, this is literally having you question where have you been and where are you going, and focusing on partnerships, healthy partnerships, and aligning those things. There is going to be, okay, I'm going to add one more thing. Mercury, your chart ruler, is in a hard aspect with Chiron here in your 8th house. The 8th house is people, places, and things that you are invested in. It means being caught off guard and didn't see it coming. And it could have something to do with your money, your investments, your retirement. The 8th house is the house of your private affairs. It's taboo topics. It's things that we don't discuss. And it means I would ask those questions and get all of my affairs in order about if this happens, then what? I would have the what, because the 8th house is the house of fears and can be secrets. All right, Trisha, sending you the best. Know that whatever happens in July, that is the pivotal moment that like all the chips are down, and now you move on from there about doing something new, moving forward with something new. All right. Thanks, Trisha. Greatly appreciate you being here. All right, so let me see who is next. Star, thank you for being here, Star. All right. Let me see. 12th, okay. And, oh. Sorry guys, it takes me a hot second to type it and retype it. Just to make sure. All right. Oh, Star. Okay, let's take a look just for a hot second. All right, Star. So let's just briefly, this is a lot of scorpionic energy. It's a lot. It means, to me, it means you are very in tune to not the earthly realm, but anything above and beyond. Dreams, intuition, psychic ability, astral travel, astral projection, past lives, your connection to the spiritual realm, your subconscious mind. It also means that when I don't take care of myself, I like there could be hospitalization or institutions, or so I need a lot of rest. I need time away to take care of my mind, my body, my spirit. That being said, your chart ruler is Jupiter. So let's talk about where Jupiter is today. I'm hoping, I don't know how much astrology you know, so I'm just gonna like keep on throwing it out there. All right. So knowing that your chart ruler is Jupiter, Jupiter is in a conjunction, which means that it is merging its energy with the sun today. So it is right here. And so wherever Jupiter goes, and it stays in a sign for a year. And so it's going to be spending the next year in a deep and intense area of your chart that coincides with people, places, and things that you are invested into. So debt, alimony, taxes, child support, wills, legal matters, retirement savings, bankruptcy, losses, personal sacrifices, the occult, and also how do I heal from loss. Now, this house, there's a lot of positive things that go along with it, but it also says you can't be afraid of going there and asking those questions. The eighth house is people, places, and things that you are personally invested into, or where's your money invested, or your time. This could be family members and family secrets, like, bad, like a bad uncle or whatever. Talking from my own experience. Okay, so we have the sun and Jupiter here, your chart ruler meeting up with the sun and saying, let's focus like a light beam here. And it is in a harmonious aspect with your Mercury, the way that you communicate. I would expect my dreams to be absolutely spot on. I would expect to be able to tap into connecting with either seeing people or talking to them, or like ancestors, or through your dreams. This is usually dream work. The 12th house is also where you can break the karmic cycle and heal and renew. It's about overcoming limitations. This can be understanding where something came from and say, that is a story that someone put on me. I repeated it so many times I made myself believe it. Like that broken record that we play. I'm not worthy, I can't do it. All of those topics. And then this is the house that we say, that is what somebody said for me to believe. I am not going to believe it anymore. Know my value, know my worth. The 12th house is the house of connection to the spiritual realm. It's where we withdraw in order to deal with our subconscious issues. And so this could be things that have to do like mental or like shopping, like eating disorders or anxiety or stress, or anything that pulls you away from mainstream society where you want to deal with things privately. You're going to have this new moon here. The 8th house brings about topics of who and what do I invest in. There will be, when the moon comes here tomorrow, it'll be a new moon, like a time to plant seeds. The difficulty that goes with this is it's in a hard aspect with fifth house themes, children, or your inner child, healing of your own inner child, or lovers, art, music, beauty. And so it's focusing on self or focusing on others, and at what cost, and who do you invest in. Mercury in Cancer wants you to focus on security and home and family, whatever that means for you. It's in a square with Chiron, so we know that this has to do with an identity wound. I do want to add in here, I'm going to add one more thing, so I'm going to get rid of all the other circles for part of the story. You have your north node at the bottom of your chart and your south node at the top. I know that you didn't ask any questions, but I'm just going to add a layer into this. The north node at the bottom usually means that starting last September, October, over the next year and a half, it usually means that I'm going to be moving or something that's going to be going on with my house. I'm going to expand my house. I'm going to open my house up. Somebody's going to come into my home, or I'm going to be shifting and moving. The south node at the top sometimes means leave your career, shift a career, or let go of responsibilities, let go of a job. The 10th house is your public life. And so we know that that is a theme that's going to be layered on to this. So, Star, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. You got a lot of things going on. A busy chart. I absolutely love this. Thank you. All right. All right, let me see. Amber, thank you for being here. All right. I appreciate everybody waiting. All right, Amber. I love September babies. All right. Oh, fudge. Hey there. Okay, give me a hot second. Oh, and you're in Ohio. I'm currently in Ohio. I'm in Ohio for a few months out of the year. All right. Amber, let's talk about you. So first off, thank you for waiting, Amber. And thank you for sharing your birth information with me. I consider it to be sacred math and sacred about your story. All right. Yay, Ohio, right? O-H-I-O. Okay, enough about that. Sorry. Okay, so I don't know how much you know about astrology. You didn't ask a question, so that lets me have free reign about what's going on with you. You are a Taurus rising. Means you were ruled by Venus. You like things slow and steady, like take care of my needs. I absolutely love that about you, by the way. And since your chart ruler is Venus, follow wherever Venus is in the chart. Whenever it switches signs, currently you have Venus in your first house. So this is like making yourself, like pampering yourself. It could mean like a new wardrobe, new hair, new. The first house is also your business card and your website. So like think about what you're presenting to people, and this is you paying attention to your personality, your power, your desires, things that you want to launch, things that you want to do, things that you want to start, and putting effort into it, because Venus not only rules beauty, but it's love and our cash and our resources. All right, so then I want to add in this Jupiter Sun Cazimi, and this is the Sun and Jupiter coming together in your third house of communication. This is neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's how I take in information. It's how I disseminate information. It's your early childhood. It's writing. It's conversations. It's thoughts. It's languages. Taking a workshop, taking a class, but doing things at home. I, Amber, would like to do some of these things. I want to connect with my community. You're going to have a new moon here tomorrow. I would wait until then before I planted any seeds for that. The square to this is Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house, and it's sitting right on top of your Mars at 4 degrees. Now tomorrow, the new moon will be at 4 degrees. So we know that it's going to square, meaning it's going to be a hard aspect. It's going to you are facing these challenges that has to do with fears, secrets. The 12th house is the spiritual realm, your personal unconscious, your karmic debts. It's where we go to be alone. Are you taking enough time to be alone? Are you setting that? Are you setting up your own like area in that you have a space, like an Amber space, where Amber can just call her own and nobody's going to touch it and mess with it. Neptune wants to dissolve, wants to like, I want to have some wine. I want to do other things, and I want to connect to spirit. And Saturn says we need to have some limitations here. We need to have some structure. If we're going to dive into these topics, we cannot lose ourselves in those topics, if that makes sense. And so Mercury wants to communicate a wound, a Chiron wound. So we know that this has to do with, oh, hold on. I've been crocheting and spending time in, you're going to be spending some more time in seclusion. So both, okay, so let's talk about that. Neptune and Saturn, they're going to station retrograde in July, and then they will come back out in February of next year. So when they back on out, they're going to go into your 11th house, and that is you collaborating or connecting with other people. And I absolutely love this for you. Oh, and I see one more thing. So I'm going to get rid of all this and add in one more thing about you. You are having a nodal return in your, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. So a nodal return is when they're activated by the eclipses, and they happen every 18 years. So you can think back, what were you doing 18 years ago? Like there's a theme to them. And the North Node in Pisces is Amber, I need to explore groups, clubs, organizations that fill my heart and my soul. I need to leave behind people pleasing and doing things that other people want me to do. An example I would use would be, hey, let's go to the movies. And you say, hey, yeah, let's go watch this movie. And it's a shoot 'em up movie. I don't want to go see a shoot 'em up movie. But then I don't want to disappoint you. So I go. No, that's people pleasing. You need to be saying, you know what, not this time. But maybe we go to the movies at the same time, and I go to this one, you go to that one, and we'll meet up afterwards. We'll drive together. That would be like a healthy compromise. Having the South Node in Virgo means you came from a past life where you gave everything, and it was like indentured servant or slavery. You gave so much. And it's the house of children or your inner child. It's the house of creativity and art and beauty and music, and you just gave. Now, the North Node in Pisces says, I need to be better aligned in this lifetime, and I need to let go of any tendencies of perfectionism and holding myself to those high standards and just let it be. And all right, so let me take a little look around. Okay, one more thing. In July, this guy, Uranus, is going to go into your second house. Expect all kinds of chaos that has to do with your money, your finances, your income, your salary, your talents, your anything. Yeah. All right. I am hoping all of this makes sense. You have a lot. Look, know that these nodes, they are activated by the eclipses. So pay attention when the eclipses come back again this fall. It'll be a new moon, full moon, and it will bring you new things. Eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in our life and out of our life. Like what they were here one moment and then they moved away, or somebody passed away, or like the opportunity is gone. I always equate them to like you and I were walking and we're hiking and we're camping down below, and the water comes in and the bridge is out and our camper is flooded, and we just have to move on. We can't go back to the old way that things were. And so this is you entering into a new chapter. And I appreciate you being here and allowing me to share this chapter with you. So thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody who showed up tonight. I did release my July astrology forecast, the major overview. I would sit down with like literally a calendar and tag the dates. And then tomorrow I will be releasing the all 12 signs zodiac. And on that, it'll have the new moon, full moon, Uranus, and and Mercury is going to be stationing retrograde. So like those are my top 4 things. So I appreciate everybody being here. If you would like more, you can always sign up for a private consultation, or you can join me over on my Patreon. I am going to be having 2 lives this Sunday. And yeah, thanks for connecting here. All right, guys.